All right, cool. So yeah, we're gonna get everything recorded overall, and have it in the video academy for y'all, just so y'all can, play back, uh, be able to play back and watch whenever y'all want and study from, etc. So today, what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about a couple projects. I'm gonna show y'all the charts on them. Basically, show y'all essentially why I think things about to take a turn. Some of them already taking a turn, which is good. But I don't think this overall pullback may be over. We got a few resistances that we have to get through. If you guys were on my last call where I gave you guys the levels for both Ethereum, or mainly for Bitcoin, you should see how those things played out. And if you followed it, hey, you can do as you please with that. I don't particularly call signals. And the reason I don't do that is because one, crypto moves too fast. So by the time you get the information, it's probably already moving and you won't get the proper entry. I rather teach you guys exactly and show you guys like the levels that I'm looking at and what I look for when price is approaching those levels. So if you start to get a rejection off of a level, or you start to find some support off that level, then yeah, you could go ahead and trade it as you please. I don't particularly scalp Bitcoin, or well, I only scalp XRP on times when I'm feeling froggy, got money to blow type shit. But I don't particularly scalp it because the spread is just too large on MT4. Now, I am going to start taking a new journey and trading Bitcoin as well as other altcoins on other platforms using leverage. And you guys could take that journey with me. I'm gonna record the whole thing and have these zooms and everything with that. And that's like trading on Binance, trading on BitMEX, trading on DYDX. DYDX is a crypto platform where you can actually trade Forex 24/7, even on weekends. So I'm about to go through all that, and of course everything else too, stocks and everything. So they're called synthetics. So they basically just are copies of those assets, and they created a market for them to stay open 24/7, utilizing blockchain. So we'll go through that journey overall, and yeah, like we'll see how things go on those platforms. Let me share my screen real quick, and we'll get started. So first things first, let's take a look at the charts. All right, drop a one in the chat if y'all can see my chart at the moment. Should be Bitcoin chart. I bet. Appreciate y'all. All right, cool. So the last call, right? Gave you guys these levels on the side, and these were my they're color coordinated for my personal reasons, but they're different levels, daily, weekly. They're just based off of the things. I was just too lazy to put the damn markers in, but overall, these were the levels to look for. And as you can see, like they're touching to a T, both finding support and of course acting as resistance. Let's jump to the 1 hour. For me, and here's one thing I want to make clear. This whole point of us teaching and you guys learning from the multiple teachers on Dream Traders and stuff like that, like it's for you guys to end up taking a piece of everything and developing your own trading style. And also I want y'all to understand that if something works for you on another chart, might be a crypto chart, might be a Forex chart, might be even a stock chart, that strategy may work across the board. So there's no different strategy per se that I would use for crypto versus a stock or a commodity, whatever. It's just my trading style, and I just apply that accordingly. So overall, I just wanted to say that because I often get questions about, what strategies are best for crypto or things of that nature. And it's not necessarily a strategy that's best for crypto, but a strategy that's best for you. And that will apply to all the different charts. All right. So just keep that in mind. And of course, develop your style of trading by, taking a little bit here, a little bit there, developing your own style or gravitating to something that works for you. For me, I primarily trade crypto, and I mean, I would say like 60% of it is investing. Like I'm actually buying Bitcoin and these different coins, and 40% is actually trading day to day on MT4. I don't trade every single day because I wait for the bigger moves. My yellow barriers are my entries and take profits. And I do that, and of course I know I have TPs in between. I'll do it accordingly. But the reason I do that is because the smaller moves don't. It's not as profitable, especially on MT4 when the spread is so huge. And so I will trade on a scalping level like XRP. It does move pretty quickly, so I'll do that. And also, yeah, I have a rack system. My boy Tommy here in Houston, he coded this, and it's an overall strategy that we came up with that's coded into this, and it's just taking your overall trend as well as the 50 and 200 EMAs. Like this band here is the 200 EMA, and it's just putting it in a overall strategy that, hey, once we start to get the crosses, once we start to get, and we also incorporate volume into it, once we start to get the high volumes, it'll produce a rack sell, as they will call. So I will this couple, and I don't just rely on this. Obviously, this was built based off of how we trade. And so this is just a quick way for, because I'm busy, like I do a lot of other things. So it simplifies my trading. And when I do trade those big moves, like I said, it makes it worthwhile to have this as a second opinion or whatever. Of course, I'm still sharper than the system itself because I saw this rejection off of this sell way before the big sell was actually called. But nonetheless, even if you just took the big sell here to the close sell here, that's profit. So overall, like I will start to send out a lot more alerts or a lot more charts for you guys to analyze and make your own conclusions and trades off of. Obviously, I will label them to let you know what it is you coming up on and the different strategies that I use, especially with the Fibonacci retracements. And from there, I want you guys to feed yourselves. I want you to make your own moves and understand what's about to happen in the markets before it actually happens, and not actually wait for anyone for a signal, especially on crypto side, because it moves so fast. Like for this, like that was a quick trade from the yellow to the to the white, or you can try your stop loss and see how high it rides. I personally think we're coming back up to 45,000 before we take another dump. But of course, we still have additional resistances along the way. This 44.3 here or 44.4, that's a support now, possibly turning resistance once we get up to it. So I want you guys to be able to analyze it in that manner where, let me take this off, where you see, hey, where these levels are, and you're able to pick these levels off based off of what the price action is doing. Now, my overall, I got this. My overall fib strategy here, and yeah, it lines right in line with this resistance line. I target the 618 and 66 areas, the 618 primarily, just on the retracement right here. We broke all the way down to here. So it's going to retrace or basically like retest this overall particular area. You guys can call it whatever you'd like, supply area, order block, however you'd like to identify it as. It will retest this, and this is where you're primarily going to get your real results on, are we actually breaking out of this, or was this just a retest just to break down to lower levels. And I do have lower levels down here that are just the major levels. Of course, we have smaller levels on the in between that we could possibly bounce at. Levels we could possibly bounce at or find support. Yo, mute yourself, please. Who this? Yeah, levels we could possibly bounce at and everything. So I just want to give y'all the overall scope on how I go about things. I primarily just trade price action, and I'll utilize some other tools like my volume or the retracements or even the overall rack system based off of how I trade overall, incorporating all of those things to either deny or confirm my overall thoughts on how the price is moving. I primarily just wait for the big resistances and the big supports. Those are where you're going to catch your bigger moves. You could already have your orders set there, and also have your, on the investment side, have pending orders all down here. So I had a friend ask me the other day, when's the best time to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum? And I told him every day, dollar cost average, because you can put in a buy order, but not at a market order, right? You can put that buy for a pending order at a lower price, right? And what I do is actually load up on these different zones, because like I said, I buy $100 worth of Bitcoin every week, regardless. That $100 is not going into Bitcoin at whatever price. I'm putting it into different levels. Some weeks I might be like, $50, I buy it, immediately, and then $50 I'll just drop it into, as pending orders in other zones. So when we have dumps like this, my orders get filled, and I might have put an order here, which I probably definitely did, and we're down right now, but collectively, all of the orders that were filled here and here, they're up and almost at break even with the original one. And so collectively, I'm still up, even though we're down overall. And that's one way to basically, manage your risk. So you're not panicking like everyone else be when things are dumping. You already have a plan to know that, hey, things may dump, so let me go ahead and catch some Bitcoin at lower levels. And that's why you get these spikes at these major support levels, because other people like myself, other investors, whatever, we already have orders sitting here. And on particular exchanges, like for example, this is the Coinbase chart. You can obviously get the Bitcoin chart for other exchanges, and on those exchanges, you can see the open order book. So you can see at what levels are huge orders sitting at, and go ahead and usually I put mine right above those huge orders. And I think I don't think I ever had an order that didn't fill, because price always tend to come back to the price that you want. Like I filled a lot down here, because the whole time when things were pumping, and I was waiting for a retest of 20K in the beginning, right? And it just kept pumping, and we had our first correction. I'm like, okay, this is a floor, and this is what we're gonna identify, right, as the floor. And yeah, we went months, things were going great. Friends calling me up here like, hey, I just bought $5,000 worth of Bitcoin, da da da. I'm like, you're fucking retarded, but excuse my language, but nonetheless, like things came right back down to where prices were, what, 6 months prior. So you will get the prices that you want, and it's almost like none of this ever happened. And you go back at it again. So you can identify those levels and fill up your orders on those levels. All right. Okay, cool. So let me actually show y'all this. All right. Get y'all pencils, pens, whatever, screenshots of different cryptos. A couple cryptos that I want y'all to take a look at. Want y'all to do some deep dives, and I'll give y'all some reasonings as to why I think they're gonna jump. And this is already moving to Unibright. I mean, damn, it's already moving. I've been telling y'all about Unibright from jump, for y'all that's been with me from the beginning. Like, this is the crypto and the project that's really going to bring in the real big companies into crypto. Because the problem that the big companies have is, imagine how crypto is now. You could see the blockchain, you could see every transaction. Yes, you don't know who it is, but you can see every transaction. That's still information and data that can be used. In fact, I'm going to show you guys some of that data in a few. So because you can see that, imagine being, let's say, McDonald's, and you want to use a blockchain, and you want to put your secret, ingredients on the blockchain, and Wendy's is able to see that. That's a problem. And I'm just using that as a novelty example, but imagine all the other companies that are in competition with one another. They don't want their information to be public, or even pseudo anonymous, to where they could possibly be tracked on who the company is, or who put out this particular broadcast or transaction, whatever. So that's an overall problem. And I think back in, I want to say 2020, might be earlier than that, Microsoft, Ernst and Young, and a couple other big companies put money together. Also, yeah, I've told you guys about the Ethereum Alliance. They all put in to start working on a real solution for these companies to be able to utilize blockchain. And Unibright is in the middle of that. And what that solution is, at the moment, it's called Base Ledger. Okay, it's the enterprise solution for enterprise companies. And how Base Ledger pretty much works is that they keep all the blockchains separate, but to make the blockchains obviously decentralized, each blockchain is basically connected via encrypted information, so that they have the same information within them. But the information is encrypted to one another, if that makes sense. Like, no one can see someone else's information if you don't have the right decoder. So overall, they're in the center of this. And I pulled up a Medium article, and I know a lot of people don't really like to read and shit like that, but y'all gonna have to read if you really want to know about these things, especially beforehand, because they come out on these Medium posts beforehand. So Base Ledger is a public permissionless, console governed blockchain network. And it fulfills the major requirements that these enterprise organizations want, and pretty much, just like I stated, it's providing the architecture which provide them with the quality, the privacy, and integration that they really need for their business sense, right? To make sure that they're keeping their stuff safe and their data private. So this Base Ledger overall is powered by Unibright. The UBC token has to be utilized within that blockchain in order for these organizations to keep their stuff, to keep them secure. So you can read up on this to see exactly how base ledger works. There's also multiple videos on YouTube. I think the Unibright team themselves did a video on this, and pretty much, yeah, this video here, and they pretty much was telling you exactly why it was needed, what their solution for it was, and pretty much what the roadmap was. So a lot of companies, Consensus, yeah, Ernst and Young, Microsoft, they're working on this in the background without saying a peep. And these are the type of projects that I like because they're gonna just blow up in a second without you really knowing, and they're everywhere because you didn't quite realize that, oh, they're actually working on real stuff or with big companies that have the history, the money, and the people, the users and subscribers. So overall, Unibright is very bullish to me. And let's go to this. So just looking at their overall daily chart, it's super bullish. I've been calling Unibright, well, I purchased mine around 50 cents, but I've been telling y'all about it since $1 back. Well, no, I've been telling y'all about it since November, around that 30 to 50 cents when I bought into it. Because yeah, that was around the time when we were really into that, yeah, really following the crypto market fully. I gotta check my account. Might have bought it in at 3 cents, but either way, nonetheless, we're on this upwards trajectory, and it's not just a fluke or a gimmick. They're actually working on real stuff. The nice entry would have been around that $1 or whatever. It seems like there's a lot of liquidity there. We are finding support above here and just making higher highs. See if this could be just an overall higher low, and we push back past the all-time highs. But nonetheless, from here to all-time highs is almost a 2x. Yeah, under that. But overall, I see this token reaching heights because, in all honesty, it's sort of like an Ethereum for enterprises. They have to have the token to send stuff over, transact, whatever, put data on there. So it's like the beginning of things, and it's going to be a slow trickle up. And of course, it's going to benefit from the big booms of the crypto market, but it's not going to have the big crashes. I don't think like other cryptos will, because it's actually being used in something and being worked on every single day. So Unibright is the first token. Yeah, that I'm gonna tell y'all to get again. And I'm gonna give y'all a bonus one because I haven't talked about RLC in a while. RLC is another one that's in that Unibright circle. Just pull it up here for y'all. Yeah, that's popping back up again to 24-hour chart. Yeah, from 297 to 334, so that's not bad. And RLC had a nice little run already up to 12 bucks. And again, still working in the same realm of helping enterprises get into blockchain, get into, actually have real use case for it and make it make sense type of thing. So make sure y'all got RLC on y'all list search. Next one is Alchemist. All right, so this project is iffy, but like they're on to something. It's sort of like it's sort of like it's too good to be true type of thing. So there's something in the crypto space called MEV, miner extracted value. Some of you guys might have heard of it, some may have not. And what MEVs are, actually, I'm gonna pull up the MEV Explorer. What MEVs are basically bots and different programs that are on the market that end up extracting value from you and I, the users. And the way that you see that is when, let's say, remember when everyone was swapping for Safe Moon and Dogecoin and all the others, and like they would swap for a coin and they think they about to get like 10 coins, but it end up being like 8 coins, or they think the fees end up being ridiculous, or the price drops crazy or shoots up crazy. All of that is manipulation that is happening by bots, and most of it are coming from miners, that are extracting that. So there's a website, explore.flashbots.net, that actually tracks all of this. It tracks how much money is extracted from people just from bots. And since the beginning of 2020, $723 million has just, been extracted from trades due to manipulation. And that's ridiculous. And it really, it really took off around June, July, summer of 2020, when things were really starting to pop off on different cryptos, and people were swapping, et cetera, et cetera. We were paying ridiculous fees on these things. So, and also you can see different, see the same thing on the daily. Different days where shoot, in one day 3.7 million was extracted from people in one particular day, just from manipulation. So that's a real problem in the space. And Miss X and the Alchemist coin is looking to solve that. They have MEV protection, which actually makes the fees a whole lot lower, because you're not getting hit with this manipulation pretty much. So overall, like, I just wanted y'all to, and they break it down to by which protocols. So Uniswap V2, 44% of that money was from Uniswap. And it's not necessarily, hey, let's stop using that platform. Well, maybe it is. I don't know, right? We'll see how the markets react to it over time. But this is staggering to think that, like, all this money was just because somebody was manipulating the markets in the background. So the solution to that is this. So I'm gonna show y'all the Alchemist Reward Program. But Miss X, and actually there's a website, sandwich.wtf. There's this website here, or you go to it and connect your wallet. I got my this wallet connected here. It'll let you know how much money has been, extracted from you and your wallet due to these bots and everything. So that's a cool thing to kind of be aware of, and check it over time. Make sure you're not getting money stolen from you pretty much just because you're trying to get something or swapping on these dexes. So with that, Alchemist has their exchange called Miss X, and basically it has MEV protection on it. It protects you from those bots and everything that manipulates the price, and it also, I think it makes the overall price a whole lot cheaper. So I'm not gonna swap this. I should send some ETH to this address. I'm gonna send some ETH to this address, and then we'll do some swaps on here. But either way, like, the fees on here are a whole lot lower because of the protection. And also, you see the miss protection here. This is basically it represents a fee sent to the miner to include your transaction privately, and a fee sent to Alchemist for providing the MIST protection services. Higher tips are obviously more likely. Now, that portion that goes to Alchemist, um, proceeds of that goes back to the Alchemist holders, like the MIST token holders. So essentially, you'll get that money back, some of that money back if you hold the MIST tokens. So this here helps you to protect yourself from these bots, these flash bots, and also be able to keep a little bit more of your money. So moving from that, I want to show y'all another part of their stuff is their rewards program. So this is a little interesting. I'm actually do that. Oh yeah, these the key features on it. Entry from the flash bots and all that. So I'll send you guys the links to this, or you guys could write this down right now to have a closer look at this. All right, so with this, right, this is pretty cool. First off, this is their rewards program. And what you do, you actually have to get their Alchemist LP token, liquidity provider token, right? MIST ETH LP tokens. So what this actually means is you have to stake some Alchemist tokens and some Ethereum on Uniswap, and in return, they'll give you the MIST ETH LP token. And that MIST ETH LP token will represent your share of the pool for staking and putting your money on the exchange. And of course, when you put your money on the exchange, it's going to earn interest and you're going to earn rewards for doing so. But then you can take, obviously, the token that you get to represent your share of that pool. You can take that token, go to the rewards program, and stake it in any, if not, well, actually, you can stake it in all of these and earn the percentages from all of these all at the same time. It is the coolest thing, in my opinion, because what you're getting is you're depositing one time and earning on two different platforms, because you're earning on Uniswap as well as you're earning from those that Uniswap token that you were handed. You could do a 10x over 2 months or 3x over 30 days, etc. Right? You can swap between these, and these things are pretty high right now because there's not a lot of people on it. It will adjust and fluctuate, but a 10x in 60 days, you could count me in. So I'm literally just waiting for my order to complete on my other wallet. I'll send some ETH on this wallet so I can show you guys, how this process actually works. But I find that if you find good tokens, one way to really deter you from selling it when things are going bad or even when things are going good is by staking it, because you're going to keep that token over a longer period, and also you're going to earn percentages on that token or brand new tokens overall if you're farming, or just by keeping it on this overall platform, and you're not inclined to go ahead and sell it. So for me, I think Alchemist is it's going to be a great one, because the MEV protection is a product of, it is like a decentralized type of feature. So if your project don't have MEV protection nowadays, because you see from the charts how much money is actually being extracted, and companies are starting to see that and think, hey, how can I properly provide a service using this if 700 million is just getting lost from manipulation? So they're not going to want to deal with it. So Alchemist saw a need to go ahead and cook this thing up, and they got the protection on there, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it gets adopted across other projects, across other protocols, and we go from there. So that's Alchemist Coins. You guys do some research on there. Let me know what y'all find. Yeah, I'd like to know what you guys end up finding. All right, so done with Alchemist. Oh yeah, of course, follow them on Twitter. Follow these projects because you're going to get the details from them first before it ends up on the news or somebody else tell you about it before I tell you about it, because obviously I got to get the details from them first. All right, next one is Luxo. Like, bruh, should have loaded up on a whole lot more Luxo. Still going up. So Luxo is actually doing a whole lot better than I ever would have thought. We've been talking about this thing cheap. I actually didn't get in until the new year. So around the dollar area, this pump was crazy. I did cash out some around this price point. But I have been buying a little bit more because there's been a lot of bullish stuff with Luxo, a lot of partnerships, especially in the fashion world. They got their NFTs. They are a NFT platform overall. They have these NFTs, what they call the multiverse of different things, but they also include fashion. So one thing, of course, on their Medium, they'll have all the different posts, but fashion worlds in our newly decentralized world, like they are now giving a platform. I was reading up on this, right? Essentially, right, Luxo provides a virtual infrastructure and new standards for non-fungible fashion. Artists are proving how non-fungible tokens can break through the institutional barriers of galleries, agents, professional critics through peer-to-peer sales. This is like what overall like people wanted to do, being able to talk to their audience directly, being able to showcase their art directly to their people without having to pay for a gallery, pay for an agent, do all this extra stuff. They could cut out the middleman and go straight to the consumer. One main thing was the digital wardrobes enabled by Luxo allow creatives not only to curate virtual garment, but also to offer tours through their sense of style. So more than that, digital wardrobes allow creators and collectors to put their virtual self on tour. So you could literally go on tour. Like I have a fashion, you could have New York Fashion Week pretty much in a virtual world, and still be in Oklahoma somewhere. Like you could literally do that and be able to showcase your designs and everything if you're a person. So I think tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, Luxo, let me see if they have it on their Twitter or anything. Luxo is partnering with some big fashion company or whatever. Oh, okay. This is what it was. So they were auctioning off this, I don't know if it was this dress. They were auctioning off some dress. Yeah, this NFT here. And it sold for 100 ETH. And they partnered with these different companies. There was a major, I think that's upcoming, and they haven't dropped anything really on it. They are partnering with, damn, don't quote me on this, but I want to say it's Louis. It's some major fashion brand, and they're auctioning off some things tomorrow. Um, it should be really big. I'm gonna find the post on that and send that to you guys. But this was pretty cool though, overall, especially if you're into fashion and design and everything. So being able to, create this body of work, not actually have to thread anything or anything and auction it off for 100 ETH. Um, that's ridiculous. So that's what they're doing with different companies, different fashion brands, different um, everything. And they're still going to have your regular NFTs as well. Um, they are just, targeting the fashion world because there's a lot of money there. I think the richest person in the world right now is in fashion. It's not Bezos or Musk. I forget what his name is. I think he's the uh, creator or owner of like Louis Vuitton and all that, all the brands and shit. But either way, this is what they're heavily involved in, and Luxo doesn't have been doing pretty well on the charts. Yeah, they've been doing very well on the charts. Um, so we obviously all had that dip. And again, crypto always give you the price that you want. You just have to time it properly. So in February, we were at these levels of $3. It shot up to $27 and came right back to those, $3, $4 levels. A couple months later, 3 months later. So load up here. You have your accumulation zone here. Pretty much right here. You have your full accumulation zone. And once you got out of that, it's for long game. And even right now for this pullback here, yeah, I wonder if that was, yeah, it's close to it. Uh, Even off this pullback area, we want to see some pop off here. But again, with all these cryptos, um, I'm just waiting for them to retest that 618 level. And you're already starting to see some breakdown on this one. And it's not even close to, well, it's pretty close to the 618 level. Um, so don't think we're quite out of things yet. Um, these things might just be retesting the zones that they broke down from. But either way, this gives you an opportunity to catch a solid project on sale. It might pull back down below and past the $15 or $16 level down to the 13 range. You see, we have some support in that range, or even lower in the $9, $10 area. You can have pending orders set up for all of these zones and continue to load up there just in case you have the flash pullback or it dumps while you're asleep and you just wake up to more crypto. Those will be the great mornings that I wake up to because it'll tap all the way down here and shoot back up before everybody wakes up and not all done already entered my trade and made gains or entered my order and made gains from it before I even woke up. So take advantage of those pending orders, but just do it in a proper way. I don't typically do it for trading at all, but for my investing. Whenever I refer to investing, I mean just buying and holding those tokens. Whenever I do that, yeah, for sure, it's a great day. I do have a couple other tokens I want to talk to y'all about. Yeah, forget this. So we have Unibright and Luxo. Next one is Polkadot. Yo, Polkadot is about to go crazy. Like, I've been telling y'all to buy some Polkadot. Maybe not you specifically on this call if you never heard me say buy Polkadot, but I've been bullish on Polkadot because you can't deny the fact that Ethereum's co-founder built this thing and they had Ethereum in mind when they were building this thing. So overall, I want you guys to think about this, like compatibility with Ethereum is going to be crucial, especially because it seems like 99% of the market is built on Ethereum. So it's going to be crucial that once Ethereum needs some type of support with its blockchain or some compatibility with its blockchain, like that's going to be crucial for projects to be able to talk with that platform. And yeah, we're about to W out like crazy. And so this was created by a co-founder of the Ethereum network, and they have compatibility in mind. And you guys may not think compatibility is crucial, but the reason it is because, and especially how they do their stuff, they use what are called parachains, right? You have, let's say, for example, you have Bitcoin. It has one blockchain, right? All of the transactions are recorded in that one blockchain. Polkadot has parachains, meaning side chains. It's a group of blockchains that work with one another. They're compatible with one another. But the recording of transactions and the mining or processing of transactions are done separately within that ecosystem. That is huge. Shit is smart. Like, and the reason that is because I think I showed you guys this last time. The transactions on Ethereum and Bitcoin are crazy. Well, primarily Ethereum, right? So because you have so many different projects on Ethereum, and they're all using the one Ethereum blockchain, it's just like having one bus that's about to take everybody, around the city to where they got to go. So if you guys see this, all these transactions that are happening. So on this side is Bitcoin, and shoot, the network seems a little crowded, a lot more crowded than need be. But I guess it's because we have loads and shit like that. But over here, right? These are all the different protocols that are on that chain. On Bitcoin side, you only have one protocol, which is Lightning, the Lightning network. So what's this? Donate. Yeah, so you just have the Lightning network on the Bitcoin chain. Here you have all these different protocols on the chain, and that's not including the projects themselves. These are just the protocols, the decentralized exchanges, the different NFT platforms like Rarible. So these are the different exchanges. And like I said, it's sort of like having one train station for everybody to use, right? And the way you could get in front of the line is if you pay more to get in that front bus. And then you have all of these people waiting in line. Like my computer is freezing up. Like, you see what I mean? So it's become way too crowded and way too, used up on the Ethereum network. So the concept of a side chain, for example, another blockchain that is still in the same ecosystem that will run these transactions or these transactions. That's the proposal that Polkadot is working on. And I think that makes a whole lot of sense because it's just going to free up the main Ethereum blockchain and, of course, make fees lower because less people will be competing to pay more to get their transactions through. Their transactions will naturally get through because there's not a lot of transactions on the network. I see Xavier, you got your hands up. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, bro, I was just wondering, trying to get the Instagrams for those cryptos so I could follow them and get more info on it.
Yeah, so what you do is just search it on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, and you'll see the thing. So let's say we go to CoinGecko, they'll have all the links for you. To Unibright, right? You can look up Unibright there. And over here, you'll have all the links. So you'll have it Reddit, the Twitter, Facebook, the Telegram. Telegram's always great too, but sometimes, some projects, they be spamming in there. But you'll have all those links. I typically just stick with the Twitter because I know it's the team itself that are tweeting about things. And shoot, another tip for you. This is what you do. Go to either their main page, and I think they have that, the main page, or one second. Go to the main page. Find their overall team. I know the Bright team is here. Second. All right. So you follow their main page. You find the team and also follow them on LinkedIn as well as Twitter. That will give you a whole lot more. Oh, I thought I was signed into this. That'll give you a whole lot more insight to what's going on like the day to day, because they are going to send it to my email. They're going to leak some stuff, right? They're going to let you know what's about to happen before, before most people know about it. So yeah, just go to the CoinGecko and click the links that are on the side, and that goes for each project. Their links are connected there.
For sure, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna give y'all a couple more crypto tokens to look at and also get into. And again, CoinGecko is where you want to start. Search those cryptos. Get the links on the info side here. If you want to see where to get it, click on markets. These are all the available markets for that crypto and where those markets are. Like I said, if you get a Hotbit account and like a KuCoin account, and of course, you'll more likely need to use some swaps for certain tokens. But Hotbit and KuCoin really, you'll find 99% of the coins there that I suggest. I should have held on to all those KuCoin share tokens that I had. So the KuCoin platform itself has a token. It helps with lower fees. They're doing different things as well. Yeah, all down here, I was buying this token or whatever. I sold like 20% of it like right here. And then I sold like the other 20% right here. And I still have some just holding, but I'm holding it because for some reason, I keep selling this coin right before it pumps, like literally right before it pumps. And I don't know why I'm even selling the damn thing, but the KuCoin platform is solid, and their token, you might want to look into that. Shoot, I tend to do well with these platform coins because my first Binance token was at $8, and then that thing shot up crazy. But I hate Binance now, so I sold it all. But at the end of the day, like if you start to see these platforms start doing different things, especially like NFTs and all that, you make sure you get onto that. There's another thing, DraftKings. They're uh, they're into NFTs now. Yeah, like that DraftKings. Is Kofi still on here? Yeah, he's on here. So like, I fucking missed out on this Tiger Woods drop that happened the other day. They were $12 for these NFTs, and now the cheapest one is $50. For the new ones. So these drops are happening right on DraftKings. I would say you guys get into that for sure because let's browse the marketplace and see what those ones that did sell. Yeah, and they had a Tony Hawk one too, and you can see the prices for them already. Like I said, the Tiger Woods one were $12, so someone's trying to sell it for $200. Like that's solid increase. Um, so in here you'll see all these different cards and different things that they've done. Um, yeah, and technically some of them are signed. So that's another cool way to look at things. And also, too, I just got a call from a client today. He got a whole bunch of like memorabilia cards. He even have a old Mario um, for Nintendo 64, and he's trying to make them into NFTs and actually sell them to people. Wants me to help him with that. So um, there's a still not sold on these NFTs, man. Like I've seen hypes in the crypto space and this smell hypish. It's like all the same. But if NFTs are used properly, like for example, what I was showing y'all with the Crucible on, let me pull it back up, Alchemist, that LP token that you get is actually an NFT. So that NFT now has a back to value based off of how much you actually put in the Uniswap. You're going to, as it earns value, that NFT is going to earn value. So you can swap that NFT or sell that NFT with continuous value on it. Not to mention that it gets included into these reward programs, and you get to make hella bucks because 10x over 2 months, that's clean. I gotta deposit on this one so I can show y'all, and I'm gonna make a video on that. Okay, let's get back to the list. So Polkadot, like I said, and based off of this, all of these cryptos are approaching that 618 area of mine. So get this out of there. So I'm not ultra bullish yet. This was a nice rise for sure. We do see a rise in volume. Let's see what the 4-hour looks. 4-hour looks good. So we might get, if this is legit, we might get 3 or 4 like green bullish daily candles out of this to get us, to new highs and everything. Because this is a nice double bottom W, whatever you want to call it, pattern that's forming here. And typically, most people want it to go down lower. Typically, don't do what the fuck most people want it to do. So I'm a little bit bullish here. I would say for you guys to not financial advice, but start looking into taking your positions properly. My orders did fill down here, so that's great. But I'm gonna let you guys know if this thing starts to reject. Let's set a alert on this. Can I- Yeah, I'm gonna set an alert on this for y'all, and I'll let y'all know what's up. The next one after Polkadot is in that Polkadot family is Kusama. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting a buy signal on the 15. A Rex buy. Yeah, 5 looking good. Let's see if we can break above that 200 line on the 30, and that should give us another Rax buy. And if that's the case, for sure, you know, you obviously could take your entries now, and yeah, that buy was given at 330. But Kusama is a test network for Polkadot. So all the things that are being tested in a like live setting, um, it's done on Kusama before it moves to Polkadot, which then eventually moves to Ethereum. It's if deemed successful. So this is the test network. It's ranked pretty high for it to just be a test network. Um, Price wise, I mean, again, we look more at market cap on things. And yeah, back in November, December, $40 for this thing. And we're buying it up. Yeah, specifically, I remember, yeah, Juliet and I were talking about Kusama and what the hell they were looking to do. So we got into that, and yeah, things have been great on that side. But again, it's still early overall because these projects are in their infancy. Like, imagine Windows 99, like, or for some of y'all that are, older or whatever, using dial-up and everything. Like, y'all thought AOL was the greatest thing ever. That's why it was being used. Now, shoot, you don't even know. Most people don't even know what AOL is, if you ask them. So you have to understand that you have to find those projects that actually are working on stuff because this whole space is just brand new. So don't get too latched on to something if they're not working on developing and growing. So yeah, Luxo, Polkadot, we have Alchemist, we have Unibright, um, Kusama. And the last one for right now, DYDX. This is the platform that is utilizing synthetics. So let me actually show you how it looks. Let's pull it up. So basically what they did was take like a copy in a sense. All right, they took a copy of, let's say, Microsoft, and now you can trade that Microsoft copy, back and forth on their platform. So DYDX. Unfortunately, right, and we've been new about this platform. I was telling us about it, but telling y'all about it, but unfortunately, because we're in the U.S., I wasn't able to qualify for their airdrop, which we knew was coming. Just like, well, we didn't know the Uniswap airdrop was coming. We were lucky to get that, but we were looking at other exchanges that may do the same thing that Uniswap did. DYDX was one of the ones that I was suggesting, but because we're in the US, we were unable to get it. And guess what, y'all? They did an airdrop, and that airdrop was worth $50,000. I'm really considering this US shit. So right now the Uniswap airdrop right now is worth around 9,000. If you held on to all the tokens, um, yeah, DYDX just off bat, 50K for their holders or based off of the volume that you've done on their platform. But the thing is, this is just beginning. they are doing more volume than any other platform, decentralized platform, and they're ranked like 200 or some shit like that. And so this $15 price point is going to look like nothing in the upcoming future because a whole lot more volume is happening on here than it is anywhere else. Um, so yeah, it's ranked 124, um, and the other competitors are ranked in the top 20, top 30. And so, if it matches that, let's look at it. All right. Market cap not even a billion, so 692. So let's call it 700. If we look at, actually, let's go exchanges, DEX. Yeah. So these are the different DEXs. If I sort by volume, we'll see. Oh, yeah, Uniswap V3 is doing high volume. Where is DYDX? Now, oh, okay. This is how they rank their DEX on the overall value. What I want to look at is the actual money that's being stored on there, like into the protocol. And I'll pull up that chart for y'all in a bit. Let me get it from this side. But either way, Sting is doing something very different. Let's go to the trade tab. Go straight margin. My headphones been acting crazy. Yeah, they're creating these cents. Look at the full markets that they have. Oh, is it the tech? Can somebody tell? Is my audio going in and out or something? It's like, oh shit, disconnect. Yo, can y'all still hear me?